Good day, everyone. Once again, I am your instructor for General Mathematics. I am Mr. Chris Perez, and our topic for today is all about logarithmic function and the laws of logarithms. So for the first lesson, let's deal with the logarithmic function. I hope na familiar na kayo sa logarithmic function. Para mas madalian kayo, logarithm is just another way to write exponents. So last time, we have discussed exponential equation and exponential inequalities wherein these are the equations and inequalities na ang exponent ay variable. So in order for you to understand logarithm, let's first define the parts of an exponent or exponential equation. So we have this one, the x is equal to b raised to y. So this is an exponential form wherein x here is what we call the answer. So this is the answer. This variable b is what we call the base. And yung variable na naka-superscript, this letter y, is what we call the exponent. The meaning of this exponential equation is that when we solve b raised to y, it should be equal to the value of x. So the left side and the right side should be equal. And this is in an exponential form. We can convert this exponential form into a logarithm wherein the parts of logarithm is composed of like this one. Y is equal to the symbol of logarithm, which is log. So this form is the logarithmic form wherein we have y is equal to the logarithm of x to the base b. So, ganito po natin siya binabasa. Again, this is read as y is equal to the logarithm of x to the base b. And as you can see, this is our exponential form. And when we convert it to logarithmic form, we have written y, which is in the exponential form, it is our exponent. So, ito na po yung exponent natin. Y is equal to the logarithm of x. And sa exponential form example natin, x is the answer. So, excuse me, we will write this answer after the logarithm symbol. And the subscript b, and dito po sa ating exponential form, b is our base. So, pag nakakita kayo ng isang exponential equation, you can convert it into a logarithmic form wherein y is the exponent. Exponent is equivalent to the logarithm of the answer to the base. Kung ano man po yung base ng ating exponent. So, para mas maintindihan nyo po siya, let's have an example. So, let's have this example number 1, wherein we have 2 cubed is equal to 8. So let's have 2 cubed is equal to 8. 2 cubed is equal to 8. When we convert this into a logarithmic form, we will write first the logarithm symbol, which is log, and get the answer. So, dito po sa ating exponential form example, the answer is equivalent to 8. So, we will write 8. And the subscript of logarithm should be the base. And in this example, the base is equal to 2, or our base is 2. So, we have the logarithm of 8 to the base 2 is equal to the exponent. So in this example, our exponent is equivalent to 3. So we have the logarithm of 8 to the base 2 is equal to 3. So this is the logarithmic form of our example. Now let's have another example. We have 5 cubed is equal to 125. So when we convert this into a logarithmic form, so we have 5 cubed is equivalent to 125. Let's have this one. Again, we have to write the logarithm symbol, which is log, and get the answer, rewrite the answer, and in this case, in this example, we have 125 as our answer. So this is the logarithm of 125 to the base, and the base in this example is 5. So we will write the subscript 5 after the logarithm symbol. So we have logarithm of 125 to the base 5 is equal, and our y should be the exponent of the exponential equation, and we have 3 as our exponent, so we will write 3. So here is the logarithmic form of the exponential form 5 cubed is equal to 125. So now we have logarithm of 125 to the base 5 is equal to 3. So let's have another example. We have 10 raised to 5 is equal to 10,000, this one. Okay, so we have 10 raised to 5 equals 10,000. So we can rewrite this into a logarithmic form wherein we will write the logarithm symbol, which is log, and the answer is equivalent to 10,000. So we have the logarithm of 10,000 to the base, which is the base. In this example, the base is 10, so we will write the subscript 10 after the logarithm symbol equals the exponent, and our exponent in this example is 5. So we have logarithm of 10,000 to the base 10 is equal to 5. But we can also write this logarithm when our base is equal to 10. Pwede na natin siyang hindi isulat. So we can write this as logarithm of 10,000 to the base 10 is equal to 5. So pwede natin hindi isulat yung 10 as our base kasi in logarithm, we have this what we call the common logarithm, wherein the common logarithm ay ang base is always equal to 10. So pag walang nakasulat na subscript number after the logarithm symbol, automatically it has 10 as its subscript. So pwedeng ganito natin siya isulat. So the logarithm of 10,000 to the base 10, kasi siya po ay imaginary na. So this is the common logarithm, is equal to 5. So again, when the base is equal to 10, that is what we call the common logarithm, and pwede na natin hindi isulat yung 10 as our base. So automatic meron tayong 10 na base or subscript doon sa logarithm symbol. Next, we have 1/2 raised to 4 is equal to 1/16. So let's have 1/2 raised to 4 is equal to 1/16. So when we convert this into a logarithmic form, again, write the logarithm symbol, which is log, then write the answer, and in this example we have 1/16 and its base is 1/2, so write 1/2, and its exponent is equal to 4. Now we have this, the logarithm of 1/16 to the base 1/2 is equal to 4. Okay, so let's try solving or evaluating logarithms. So in this example, we have example number 2. We are being asked to evaluate the logarithm of 243 to the base 3. This one. Okay, so let's write the logarithm of 243 to the base 3. So which is the missing part? So kung ma-observe natin, meron tayong missing part. So, ang nakasulat lang is the logarithm of 243 to the base 3. We have the answer. And we have the base here. So, the missing part is the exponent or our y. So, we have to solve for y. We are being asked to solve for y or to solve for the exponent. So, para po mas ma-solve natin siya, kung kanina, nag-convert tayo from exponential form into a logarithmic form, gagawin naman natin siya pabalik para mas mabilis natin siyang i-solve. So, we have to convert this logarithm form or logarithmic function into an exponential form. So, again, pag nag-exponential form tayo, we will write the base, which is 3 in this example, and its exponent is still unknown, so it is represented by y. So now we have 3 raised to y is equal to the answer, which is 243. Kung naaalala nyo po yung lesson natin about exponential equation, the steps to solve this exponent, the value of the exponent is to, the first step is to make your left side and right side na meron siyang same base. So in this case, we have 3 raised to y. So pwede na natin siyang isulat, 3 raised to y. And sabi natin, both sides should have the same base. So kung 3 yung base dito sa kabila, on the right side, it should be 3 as well. But paano magiging equal si 3 sa 243? So we have to think of a number na pwedeng maging exponent ng 3 para maging equivalent siya into 243. Excuse me. So, any guess kung ano yung pwede nating maging number? So, para mas mabilis, we can manually solve for that. So, if you have 3, so this is your first 3, and multiply it to another 3. So, 3 times 3, that is 9, times 3, that is 27, times 3, that is 81, times 3, and that would be equivalent to 243. So, the exponent of 3 should be 5 in order for it to be equivalent to 243. And now, we have reached our goal na yung left and right side natin should have same base. When the left and the right side ay meron ng same base, and in this case we have 3, pwede na natin siyang i-disregard and we will just get the exponents. So, the exponents are y is equal to 5. Therefore, our exponent in this logarithm, the logarithm of 243 to the base 3 should be 5 in order for it to be equivalent. So, the exponent of the base 3 should be 5 for it to be equivalent to 243. So, we can rewrite this as the logarithm of 243 to the base 3 is equal to 5 or equals 5. So, our exponent again is equivalent to 5. Okay, let's have another example. Let's have the logarithm of 1 over 125 to the base 5. So let's have this one, the logarithm of 1 over 125 to the base 5. Again, the missing part is the exponent. So we have to solve for the exponent. And our first step to solve for the exponent, let's convert this logarithm into exponential form. So again, our base here is a subscript, which is 5. So let's rewrite 5, and its exponent is still missing, which is represented by y, equals the answer, and our answer here is 1 over 125. So, our goal para ma-solve natin itong exponent again is to have same base sa left and right side. And kung nakikita nyo po sa kabila, we have 5y, and hindi na natin siya pwede pang i-simplify or pwede pang i-convert. sa exponential form kasi meron na siyang exponential form which is 5 raised to y. And yung nasa kabila yung pwede nating i-modify wherein we have 1. And yung 125 pwede natin siyang i-convert na 5 ang kanyang base. However, what should be the exponent of 5 in order for it to be equivalent to 125? So we can solve it manually again. We can have 5 and another 5, which is 5 times 5. This is equivalent to 25 times 5, and that is equivalent to 125. Therefore, the exponent of 5 should be 3, or 5 cubed should be written in order para equivalent din siya sa 125. But as you can see, we still have 5 raised to y is equal to 5 is equal to 1 over 5 cubed. And 5y and 1/5 is not equal, or hindi sila same kasi 5 is different from 1/5. So, kailangan maging 5 itong 1/5. So, ano po ang pwede nating gawin para maging equivalent siya sa 5? So, we can get the reciprocal of this number, the 1/5. So, pag sinabi nating reciprocal, yung nasa numerator ay mapupunta sa denominator, and yung nasa denominator ay mililipat sa numerator. So, we can write this as 5 raised to y. So, let us get the reciprocal of 1/5 para maging equivalent na siya sa 5. So, the reciprocal is 5. And its exponent is cubed. Its denominator is equivalent to 1, pero pwede na natin hindi isulat since magiging whole number na siya. 5 divided by 1 is equal to 5. And we have the cube. Dahil kinuha natin yung reciprocal, automatically, our exponent will become negative. So, from positive 3, magiging negative 3 siya dahil kinuha natin yung reciprocal. So, nagkaroon tayo tuloy ng 5 raised to negative 3. And now, we have same base. So, we have 5 as our base on the left and the right side. So, we can now disregard this bases and just get the exponents, which are y is equal to negative 3. Therefore, our exponent in this logarithmic form is equivalent to negative 3. Then, we can rewrite this logarithmic form into logarithm of 1 over 125 to the base 5 equals negative 3. So, the exponent of 5 should be negative 3 in order for it to be equivalent to 1 over 125. So, paano po natin mapapatunayan yun? So, we can evaluate the exponent. So, sabi natin, a 5 should have an exponent of negative 3 in order for it to be equivalent to 1 over 125. So, bakit po ba naging negative 3? So, when we have negative exponents, so in mathematics, pagka negative ang exponent natin, kinukuha ulit natin yung reciprocal in order for the exponent to be positive. So, ano ba ang reciprocal ng 5? So, again, 5 has a denominator of 1. Since it is a whole number, all whole numbers have negative 1 as its denominator. So we have 5 and its denominator is equivalent to 1. So we will get the reciprocal of this number para maging positive yung negative 3 na exponent. So when we get the reciprocal of 5 over 1, we will have 1 over 5 and its exponent is now positive 3. Therefore, we have 1 over 5 cubed is equivalent to 1 over 125. This is just for checking purposes. So, I'm just showing you bakit po naging negative 3. And now, we have 1 over 5 cubed. And when we solve for the 5 cubed, it is equivalent to 125. Therefore, we have 1 over 125 on the left side. And also, we have 1 over 125 on the right side. Therefore, the exponent of 5 should be really equivalent to negative 3 in order for it to be equivalent to 1 over 125. So that's it. Let's have another example. So now let's have the logarithm of 8 to the base 1/2. So let's solve this example. So we have the logarithm of 8 to the base 1/2. And the missing part again is the exponent, which will be represented by y. Then in order for us to solve this exponent or this unknown exponent, we have to convert this logarithmic form into its exponential form. So now let's have the base, which is equivalent to 1/2, and its exponent is equivalent to y. And the answer should be 8. So what would be the value of y in order for it to be equivalent to 8? So in this case, we have to make sure that our left and right side should have the same base. So paano po natin gagawin? So we can get the reciprocal of this 1/2 para mas madali natin siyang ma-solve. So, kung kukunin natin yung reciprocal nito, para mapunta muna yung 2 doon sa numerator. So, when we get the reciprocal, it will become 2 over 1. So, pwede na nating i-write lang ang 2 because 2 over 1 is also equivalent to 2. And its exponent is y, but dahil kinuha natin ang kanyang reciprocal, y will become negative. So, now we have 2 raised to negative y is equal to, now, on the left side, we have our base as 2. So, yung nasa right side natin should have a base of 2 din para ma-reach natin yung goal natin na dapat yung left and right side ay may parehas na base. So, what would be the exponent of 2 para mag-equivalent siya sa 8? Kasi our goal is to have a base of 2 on the right side. Dahil yun nasa left side ay 2 na. So, we have 2 here, and ano dapat yung maging exponent ng 2 in order for it to be equivalent to 8? So, we can solve it again manually. So, we have 2 and 2, which is equivalent to 4. 2 times 2 is equal to 4, times 2 is equivalent to 8. Now, our exponent should be equivalent to 3. So, we have 2 cubed, and now we have the same base. We can disregard the bases. So let's just get the exponents, which are negative y is equal to 3. And we are being asked to solve for y, not negative y. So we're not finished yet. So paano magiging positive itong negative y? Since it is negative and wala namang coefficient, numerical coefficient na katabi si y, automatically its numerical coefficient is 1. So we have to divide both sides by negative 1 para maging positive itong y na to. Since nag-divide tayo sa left side na negative 1, we have to do the same sa right side. So now, we have negative y divided by negative 1. Negative divided by negative is positive, and 1 divided by 1 is 1. Therefore, we now have positive y. And we have 3 divided by negative 3, positive divided by negative, that is negative, and 3 divided by 1 is 3. Now, our exponent is equivalent to negative 3. Therefore, the exponent of 1/2 should be negative 3 in order for it to become 8. And we can write this logarithm as the logarithm of 8 to the base 1/2 equals negative 3. So for checking purposes, let's have again the 1/2 raised to negative 3 is equal to 8. And again, since we have negative exponent, in order for it to be positive, we will get the reciprocal of the base. And in this case, we have 1/2. Yung nasa denominator ay malilipat sa numerator, and yung nasa numerator ay malilipat sa denominator. So, kunin natin yung reciprocal, and now we have 2 over 1. We can write it as 2 kasi 2 over 1 is also equivalent to 2. Then, dahil kinuha po natin ang reciprocal ng base natin, from negative 3, it will become positive 3 dahil nakuha na natin yung reciprocal. So, mag-change ang kaniyang sign. From negative, it will become positive. So, we have 2 cube is equal to 8. Then, solve for 2 cube. 2 cube is equivalent to 8 as well. Therefore, 8 is equal to 8. So, we have solved the right or the correct exponent for 1/2 for it to be equivalent to 8. So, that's it. Let's have another example. And in this example, we have the logarithm of 10 to the base b is equal to 1/2. So let's just proceed dito sa ating whiteboard. So we have logarithm of 10 to the base b is equal to 1/2. Now, the missing part is, or the missing value is letter b, which is our base. So in order for us to solve it easily, again, we have to convert this logarithmic form into its exponential form. So we have the base, which is still unknown, and its exponent is this one, the 1/2. So we have b raised to 1/2 is equal to 10. Okay, so now we have 1/2 as the exponent of b, and we are being asked to solve for b lang. So, pag bilang po ang hinahanap natin, its exponent should be equivalent to 1. However, we have 1/2. So, paano natin gagawing 1 ang exponent ng b? Ano ang pwede natin gawin? So, we can multiply it sa exponent na 2 over 1 or 2 para maging positive 1 siya. Kasi when we multiply this exponent, so we have the numerator times numerator, so 1 times 2, that will be equivalent to 2. And then 2 times 1 is 2 as well. So 2 divided by 2, then it is equivalent to 1 na. So, pwede din natin i-cancel to. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Therefore, we have 1 as the exponent of b. So, na-reach natin yung goal natin na magkaroon lang ng b. Since ginawa natin, in-square natin yung left side, we have to do the same sa ating right side. So, 10 ay magkakaroon din ng square. So, dahil nagka-square yung in-square natin yung left side, we have to square the right side. So, what should be the answer? We have 10 squared. So 10 squared, that is 10 times 10. And it is equivalent to 100. So the base should be equivalent to 100 in order for it to be equivalent to 10. So let's have the checking. So we have our base, di ba, na-solve natin that it's equivalent to 100 and its exponent is 1/2. And the answer should be 10. So as you can see, paano natin isosolve to? We have 100 raised to 1/2. So again, in my previous discussion, I have discussed that pagka exponent natin ay fraction, pwede natin siyang i-write into our radical expression. Wherein, again, ang radical expression ay binubuo ng radical sign. So, kung tawagin nyo po ay square root. And the radicand, yung number dito sa loob, since ang base natin dito ay 100, siya po ang ating radicand. Saan po napunta, sir, yung 1/2? So, yung 1/2 po, punta muna tayo dito sa numerator. Pagka po ang exponent natin ay fraction, yung numerator will become the exponent of the radicand. So, yung 100, may raised to 1 to dito. Sabi natin, yung exponent ay magiging, yung numerator ng ating exponent ay magiging exponent ng ating radicand. So, 1. Since hindi naman na tayo nagsusulat ng raised to 1 sa lahat ng whole number dahil lahat naman ng whole number ay mayroong exponent na 1. So, pwede na natin siyang hindi i-write. And the denominator, this is our index. So, yung index po, yun po yung nanditong number. Minsan na nakikita nyo. Kung naalala nyo, we have cube root, fourth root, fifth root, and so on. And in this case, we have 2. So, pwede na rin natin hindi isulat si 2 kasi ang radical sign ay parang automatic talaga na meron siyang 2 as its index. So, yung number na nilalagay natin dito. So, yung 2 dito, pwedeng hindi na isulat yan. Pwedeng direkta na 1/2. Pero like for example, we have 1/3 as our exponent. So, we have the exponent of our radicand as 1 and we will write 3 dito sa ating index para mag-indicate na ang hinahanap natin is the cube root. Pero kung square root po ang hinahanap natin, dahil 2 po yan, square, di ba pag sinabi natin square, 2 yun. So we have the square root of 100. Pero kung 1/3 po ang kanyang exponent, dapat isulat natin yung 3 para may indicator tayo na ito po ay cube root ang sinusolve natin. Pero like for example, we have 2 cube. So hindi na po natin kung kanina hindi natin sinusulat yung exponent nung na 1 dahil nga whole number siya and 1 lang naman pwede na natin hindi isulat. So kung 2 po yun, dapat isulat natin yung 2 dito and we have to solve for it first and then get the cube root kasi 3 yung kanyang magiging index and its denominator is equal to 3. So now we have the square root of 100 is equal to 10. So what is the square root of 100? When we solve for the square root of 100, kahit po using your calculator, we will get 10. Therefore, 10 is equal to 10. Therefore, the base should be equivalent to 100 when 1/2 is the exponent and its answer should be equivalent to 10. So, nakuha natin yung tamang value ng ating base. It should be equivalent to 100. Let's have another example. We have the logarithm of 32 to the base b is equal to 5. So, let's have the logarithm of 32 to the base b is equal to 5. Again, para mas madali natin siyang ma-solve, convert this logarithm into its exponential form. So, get the base, which is equivalent to b, and its exponent is 5. So, we have b raised to 5 is equal to 32. And we have to solve for b raised to 1. However, we have b raised to 5. Paano po natin gagawin na maging 1 ang exponent natin dito? So, pwede nating kunin ang kanyang fifth root. Pwede nating kunin ang kanyang fifth root. Dahil kinuha natin yung fifth root sa left side, we have to get the fifth root of the right side. So, dahil may fifth root na tayo dito, ang mangyayari dito pag ginawa natin exponent, di ba? Ang mangyayari dyan is b raised to 5 over 5. So, pag kinonvert natin to sa fraction form na walang radical sign, ang mangyayari dyan is b raised to 5, its exponent is 5, and its denominator will become 5 since yung index natin dito sa labas ang nakasulat ay 5. So 5 divided by 5, that is equivalent to 1. So now we have b sa left side and we have to solve for the fifth root of 32. So ibig sabihin nun, what is this specific number na pag binultiply natin sa sarili niya ng 5 times ay magiging equivalent to 32. And if you use your calculator, you will get 2. So bakit po naging 2? Isosolve natin manually. We have 2 times 2, that is 4. So we have 2 2's there. So 2 times 2, that is 4 times 2 equals 8 times 2, that is 16 times 2, that is 32. Therefore, our base should be equivalent to 2 in order for it to be equal to 32. So we have this base and its exponent is 5. So we have 2 raised to 5. This is for checking purposes only, is equal to 32. When we solve for 2 raised to 5, that is equivalent to 32. So I hope na nadadalian kayo sa ating topic and nakukuha natin So now let's have another example. So we have the logarithm of 1 over 81 to the base b is equal to negative 2. So we have the logarithm of 1 over 81 to the base b is equal to negative 2. So in order for us to solve this again, we have to get the exponential form of this logarithm. So we have the base, which is still unknown and represented by b, and its exponent is equivalent to negative 2. So now we have b raised to negative 2, and its answer is 1 over 81. And as you can see, we have to solve for b raised to 1. However, we have b raised to negative 2. And so since we have negative 2 as our exponent, so we have to multiply it by negative 1/2 in order for it to be equivalent to b raised to 1. And since we have negative 2 sa numerator dito sa kabila, and we have 2 sa denominator na minultiply natin. So, pwede natin i-cancel yan because 2 divided by 2 is 1. So, pwede tayo mag-cancel. And negative 1 times negative 1, that will be equivalent to positive 1. So, now we have b. And since yung left side ay minultiply natin sa exponent na negative 1/2, we have to do the same sa ating right side. It should also have an exponent of negative 1/2. However, pag isinolve natin ito, we have negative exponent. So we have to get the reciprocal first of the base para maging positive yung ating exponent. So the reciprocal of 1 over 81 is 81 over 1. And since the denominator is just equivalent to 1, pwede natin siyang di-isulat. And yung kaninang negative 1/2 will become positive 1/2. So we have to solve for 81 raised to 1/2. And again, 1/2 is equivalent to square root. So we are just being asked for the square root of 81. And the square root of 81 is equivalent to, what is the square root of 81? That is equivalent to 9. Okay, so 9 times 9 is equivalent to 81. So our base in this example is equivalent to 9. Okay, so I hope na nakakasunod tayo. And now let's have another example. So let's now proceed to this one, to example number 9. So we have the logarithm of x to the base 5 is equal to 2. So let's have this one. So logarithm of x to the base 5 is equal to 2. And again, in order for us to solve this, mas madali kung makikita natin siya into its exponential form. So the base here is equivalent to 5 and its exponent is equivalent to 2. So we have 5 squared is equal to x. So we are being asked to solve for the answer part of the logarithm or the exponential form. So we will just solve for 5 squared in order for us to get the x, the value of x, which represents the answer. So we have x is equal to 5 squared, and that is equivalent to 25. So our x here should be 25 para maging equivalent siya sa 5 squared. So we can rewrite this logarithmic form into logarithm of 25 to the base 5 is equal to 2. Okay? Now, again, we have to proceed to our next example. So this is quite easy compared doon sa mga naunang missing parts. Like, pag magsasolve tayo ng exponent and the base part of the logarithm. So ito, direktang solve agad tayo. So we have the example number 10. So we have the logarithm of x to the base 9 is equal to negative 2. So we have the logarithm of x to the base 9 is equal to negative 2. So again, we can solve this easily when we convert this first logarithmic function into its exponential form. So get the base, which is equivalent to 9. So we have 9, and its exponent is equivalent to -2. So we have 9 raised to -2, and its answer is equivalent to x. So we are being asked to solve for x. So we have to solve for the n raised to -2. So we have a negative exponent. So in order for us to have a positive exponent, kailangan po natin kunin ang reciprocal ng 9. And again, all whole numbers have a denominator of 1. So 9 is also equivalent to 9/1. And we are being asked to get first for the reciprocal of the number para maging positive na ang kanyang exponent. So get the reciprocal. So mapupunta po ang 1 from the denominator. It will be written na sa ating numerator. And from yung 9 from the numerator, mapupunta na siya sa denominator. And its exponent na -2 will become +2 na. So we have x is equal to 1/9 squared, and 9 squared is equivalent to 81. So our answer in this example is 1/81. So we can write this logarithmic function as the logarithm of 1/81 to the base 9 is equivalent to -2. So that's it. So that is the logarithmic function.